what makes a gemstone a true astrological gem? Let's find out. Not all gemstones work for Vedic astrology. In fact, hardly any on the commercial market are going to work at all for these purposes. So if you're looking to invest in a Jyotish gemstone, it's imperative that you're educated on quality criteria, or else you're basically going to be wasting your money. Let's understand quality better by reviewing what's known in the industry as the 4 C's: clarity, color, cut, and carat weight. Clarity is the most important variable when assessing a gemstone's astrological power. It should essentially look flawless to the naked eye. If there's significant inclusions inside of the gemstone, that's going to block light frequency and subsequently planetary frequency from transmitting through the gemstone effectively. If you've got a microscope and you're scrutinizing the gemstone under high levels of magnification, even then, for true, proper astrological quality, the inclusions you're seeing should still be insignificant. Black inclusions, like little specks of carbon, should absolutely be avoided, even if they seem insignificant, because light cannot pass through them because they're totally opaque. Some inclusions are acceptable if they're really insignificant. Sometimes they're even helpful in determining a gemstone type or its origin, or verifying that the stone is untreated. A qualified Vedic gemologist can help you assess these inclusions under magnification and ensure that your stone is the right clarity for Vedic astrology. Color is the next most important quality criteria. The greater the stone's color saturation or intensity or vividness, the more powerful it's going to be for astrology. That said, if we don't meet our clarity criteria, color basically becomes meaningless. You could have a really deep green emeralds, like the color of our plants, but if the stone is heavily flawed, it's not going to do anything for astrology. Whereas you could have a light minty green color emerald that's super flawless, that's going to be considerably more powerful than a deep green, heavily included gem. So you can absolutely consider color an essential component of quality criteria, but only if clarity is met above all else for Vedic astrology. A gemstone's cut is also really important in terms of its ability to reflect and play with light. If a gemstone has a poor cut, it usually has a really significant window of transparency in the middle of the gemstone where light and color pretty much disappear. That's not going to be effective for planetary purposes, nor is really bad symmetry. If the stone's point is veering way off to the side, that's something to avoid as well. With natural colored gemstones, you will see more imperfections in the cut than you would with a diamond, but it's just a matter of understanding what's acceptable and what's not. I would consider beauty to be a good criteria for that. It might not be a technically perfect cut, but it should be beautiful. Carat weight, the size of the gem, is actually a really misunderstood variable in Vedic astrology. Size does not matter as much as you think it does, so that's the good news. If you have a 10 carat blue sapphire, but it doesn't have good clarity, that 10 carat size is basically meaningless compared to a 2 carat blue sapphire that's got a high degree of flawlessness that is going to be considerably more powerful. So size is also a component of quality, but only if color and clarity are prioritized above that. In most cases, a 1 to 2 carat ruby is going to be great. A 2 to 3 carat blue sapphire is going to be great. Gems do not have to be huge to work for astrology as long as they're the right quality. We can't discuss astrological quality criteria without discussing treatment. Virtually all sapphires on the commercial market are heat treated. They do this to intensify the gemstone's color to make it look more vivid, or to take out cloudiness and make it look cleaner. But when you're heating a gemstone to these extreme degrees, you're practically heating the stone to its melting point. And this stresses out the stone, it effectively kills its spirit, and it makes it useless for astrology. Do lab-created gems work for astrology? There's a lot of discussion about lab-created gems right now, especially with the rise in popularity of lab-grown diamonds, but in our experience, they really do not work very well for these purposes, even though a lab-grown stone is technically identical to its natural counterpart. When you take the consciousness of planet Earth out of the equation and have a gemstone grown in a laboratory, it really does lack the essence and spirit of a gemstone that planet Earth helped to create. I don't really see how you can have planetary frequency in a gemstone that planets had nothing to do with creating. Something else you don't hear a lot about is sattva, which is Sanskrit for life force or vitality within a natural thing. If an astrological gemstone has a very sattvic quality to it, it's tangible. You can feel it. So many of our customers are really surprised when they first pick up an astrological gemstone and realize they can feel the gem. That is sattva in essence. So you want to make sure that your gemstone has that sweetness and that life force in it as well. So if you're ready to buy an astrological gemstone, be sure to take all of this quality criteria into consideration and be sure to buy your gemstone from somebody you know you can trust. I'm Tiffany with Astrological Gem International, and you can learn more at astrologicalgemstones.com.